Alright, yeah, I know everybody's tired, so I'll try to keep it to wake everybody up. My name is Liviu Babic. I was born in Romania, left when I was 10. I'm the CEO of one of the founders of CyborgNest. Now, we live in a reality that, we are all going to remember, for example, this room with the heat, because it was very hot. We're going to remember the lights. We're going to remember people speaking, so sounds. But there is so much more in this room that we have no idea and we have no ability to sense. Colors, sounds, natural forces, and many other things that are just around us. We can't see them, we can't sense them. We decided to do sense them. So our biological evolution is very cool, and it got us to this cool shape, and we are today in 2017. But the problems that we have to deal with humanity are sometimes bigger than our abilities. So we need to evolve as humans faster to be able to deal with the reality that is confronting us. Now imagine yourself that all your senses disappeared. What would remain out of you? You will be a very, 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 very smart brain in a box with no ability to communicate with no one. Everything and all the amazing things that were presented here today were presented by people because they have senses. We see something, so we decided to draw it. We saw a problem, we decided to solve it. We smell something, so we decided to make a new type of food. Without our senses, we are practically not much. Our first sense, it's the north sense, which connects the wearer, which you guys have their box, you can look inside. The north sense connects the wearer to the earth magnetic field. This is a sense that many animals have in the animal kingdom. It's been deeply rooted in our traditions and history, and if you guys don't know, the Chinese, when they invented the compass 2,500 years ago, it was never meant to be a navigation tool. It took them 1,000 years to find out that this thing can take you from here to your cousin home faster. The whole idea was that they understood that there is this force that today we call the electromagnetic field of the planet, and they decided to build things by it. So the north sense, every time I turn north, and if you wonder, north is there, every time I turn north, it gives me this little vibration. Now, this is not a tool, because people will say, yeah, but dude, we are in 2017, we have a compass on our phone. Hello, where have you been? Now I know that we have a compass on our phone, but to use a compass on your phone, you need to make a deliberate decision. I need to know where north is now. And to take out your phone, use it, put it back in your phone. I do not take my ears off when I finish a conversation. I do not take my eyes off when I finish watching a movie. They are always part of me. Senses are always on. I do not ask the north sense if I want to know where the north is, and it doesn't ask me if I want to know where the north is. It always tells me when I do hit the north. So since February 2017, we shipped 300 senses worldwide to a growing community of pioneers that basically are designing their evolution. We take control on our own evolution as humans. Now you ask, who are these people? We have people in 24 countries. They are professors in universities, artists, curious people, and people that want to explore and to sense more. Now, a day before we launched the company, we said, okay, it might end up with my mom saying good luck and that's it, because nobody is doing artificial senses or new senses for humans. We were very surprised, and we get huge exposure in the media and a lot of interest for many, many people. Now, impact, because this thing, very different from any tool, is working with my brain, so I have new types of memories. If I know that north is there, and my son lives in London, and London is there, so just thinking about it, maybe you felt in my voice, it gives me that emotional feeling of looking at home. So we, the London School of Economics, Central St. Martin's, and Ravensbourne universities are starting these days a whole research project around the users of the north sense, and to see basically what was the impact on the brain of these people. For me, this is the most exciting part. Neil Harbison, maybe you heard about him. He's the first world recognized cyborg by a government. He's part of the team as well. He has an antenna on his head that helps him hear colors. He was born seeing completely black and white. And today he can hear colors through his antenna that is connected to his skull. Now, you ask yourself, okay, but that's not it, because he can hear infrared and ultraviolet, which none of us here can sense. So his senses are way beyond what we have. So, in a world dominated by artificial intelligence, where we are fighting to make the machine smarter and to make technology smarter, and everybody is afraid of, oh, but what's going to happen? Because this technology is going to take over, and we're going to, as Elon Musk said, we're going to become the pets of our own technology. So we decided to make people smarter and not technology smarter. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed. Together with me on the team, there is Scott Cohen as well, who is the founder of one of the biggest businesses in the music world, and another big team of specialists excited about it, and would love to talk to you.
Thanks. That was great. Can you describe some of the real-life applications of?
Yes.
Oh, there's a real-life value to me carrying this around with me all the time.
Yes. So think about your eyes. So we all use our eyes for some simple facts, like not bumping into a wall or not getting run by a car. But then comes your own personality. And if you're a painter, so your eyes are very, very important, because colors make part of your personality and shapes. If you are an agriculture, you look at the flowers and you communicate with that thing that you're growing. So the North Sense, for example, all the users at this stage are speaking about these, as I said, about not bumping into cars. So the basic effect will be new types of memories that we have that are related to our location on the planet. And something that people, funny enough, but many people called it the same way, they call it the helicopter view, which basically is that ability to know that if that's north, I'm looking directly to the United States now, and it's there, so I can see myself from above. Now, it will be really interesting what will happen in the next stages when people, after a few years, an architect that has the North Sense, is he going to design things differently? A person in agriculture, is he gonna sense and think about the spaces that he's using in a different way? So there are basic levels that we all use each sense, but then our personality kicks in and adds to it different uses for each and every one of us.
I wanted to know, how does it actually tell you that it's north? Is it just vibrating? Like what you feel now? Okay, yeah, makes sense. All right. And how far can you imagine this going in terms of different senses?
So, yeah, imagine yourself now hearing, okay? I can't tell you what's going to be the exact next sense, but I'm going to tell you, let's speak a bit about hearing. So, imagine if Mozart, instead of having this piano, he had this piano. Imagine if we expand the human hearing, how much that will affect the way we communicate, the way that we speak, the way that we do everything that has to do with sounds. It will completely change the music industry. It will revolutionize the way that our languages, which is something that we use every day. So there are more and more senses coming from the animal kingdom that we can learn from them that we do not have, but there are also senses that have to do only with us humans, like urban things that, again, I can not exactly get into the details.
Can you, in a very short period, give us one example of your personal experience?
Yeah, so I said, and my voice started to shiver a bit when I explained, but if knowing that this is north and knowing a basic geography, I know that London is there and my son is there. and again it's happening now. I have that feeling just looking in that direction. I have that feeling, that emotion that goes from the top of my head to the bottom of my feet. Memories that are created. I remember today things in a different way. I have memories that are related, again, not only to this room being hot, but I know exactly how this room is located on the planet. So I will remember that forever.
Very quick question. Very quick question.
Sorry, one more. Yeah.
Very quick question. By the way, the Star Trek slide, you need to change it to the new generation. We are the Borg. Resistance is futile. It will be more accurate to your pitch. But anyhow, human augmentation is a big thing. All right, you would like to be smarter. You would like to compensate for deficiencies. All right. Why did you choose sensing, and how can you make a business out of it?
Okay, so we believe that in 10 years from now we will all have additional senses. You can add yourself different chips and different things that will make your life easier because you won't have to carry a wallet and you won't have to do that. But it won't really change you as a human. It won't take you to the next step in an evolution. It's the next step of your wallet evolution, not your personal evolution as a humanity. We are dealing today with troubles and with problems and with issues. Again, everything that was created in this world was created because we have senses. Now imagine yourself, we have more senses. That completely lifts the glass ceiling of our creation by few and few steps further.
Super.
All right, let's give him a hand, please.